Hi, in this video we're going to look at the benefits of the 2019 Consortium Sponsorship Program. It's our blueprint of how we work. So there's four components. One is our unique approach. Two is how we align your solutions with interested users as part of our approach. Three is how we access year-round opportunities for you to meet people, discuss issues, look at opportunities for research, branding, and then how do we compress the time for business development or research development or whatever we're trying to do. How do we compress that? Because there's a cost to the time for this. We have an interesting offer as it relates to that. So first, let's go to our unique approach. We're going to zoom in on this. So first of all, we get two pieces to this. One is we organize use case committees, and they focus on developing solutions. That's their job. The first thing is they fill out a template that defines the problem, identifies the stakeholders, the data users, the data contributors, and from there they find and create solutions. They find more than they create, but sometimes they create specific things to meet a specific issue or a specific problem. For example, during Hurricane I think it was 2016, Hurricane Joaquin, we needed a way to centralize storm information. So we created the Storm Central website in conjunction with states. So this is a website housed by the All Hazards Consortium. States provide and work with us to post up declarations and waivers, so it's all centralized in one place. So you can see this is just a website, pretty straightforward, and it has a number of storms going way back, right? Here's 2016, 2015. But at the end of the day, what this does is if I click on, let's pick a big one here. Let's say Puerto Rico, let's say Riley or Winter Storm Riley. What we do is in one place, we aggregate the situational reports, some of the graphics. As you scroll down, it gives us status updates. Then we come down into our dashboard. We have a couple of partners that do dashboards with us. Then we come down into here where we actually pull the approved Pennsylvania declarations and waivers along with guidance we get from Pennsylvania. We pull Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey. So this is where we centralize documentation all in one. So this is a solution that came out of a use case that was looking at, all right, how do we get faster access to documentation from states during a storm. So that's an example. And then the next storm, we test it, and we test it, and we test it, and we test it, and we improve it over and over again. So that's kind of how we find solutions. There's usually multiple solutions to any one problem. So if we look at the solution types, they all go back to here. Where do we get solutions from? First of all, we pull from our affiliates, our sponsors, and our partners. We develop operational solutions where we use plans and agreements and studies and things like that. We develop technical solutions that usually come in the form of data sets or apps or websites and so forth. And then we get access to new research through DHS and our partnership with Department of Homeland Security. There's all these types of solutions go back in, but they all feed back into right there. We find solutions, we vet them, and we create them. So that is what makes our process unique. Your sponsorship allows us to convene these working groups weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, and then we develop solutions and we categorize those, and so we align our stakeholders with those solution types. Very simple. So let me go to the next one here. How do we align your solutions? We have approved use cases which we develop with our committee. As new members join the consortium, they're all segmented. And what does that mean? Well, when we segment our users, we segment them by government, private. Are they state, local, federal? Are they vendor, owner, operator, solution provider, consultant? What are their main interests? So we sort by topic of interest. This is where what will benefit you is we know every user's topic of interest. We know what solutions they need based on the profile they create, if they provide that information. And then they also tell us if they have a specific procurement opportunity. We have a unique capability. So this is a ticker, if you will, of all the new members that have opted in to join us over the last several months. So you can see it's around 709 right now. We get about 4 or 5 a week. But they're from all over the country, federal, private, public. In the future, we'll expand this by running ads to bolster this up. So our goal is to be running about maybe a couple hundred a month in new opt-ins for, hey, I want to become part of the consortium and be part of this work group or this topic area. So that is how we segment our users. And then we work with our approved solution providers. So that's you all. So that is our affiliate organizations at the platinum level. That's our affiliate sponsors at the gold and silver level right here. And that is our approved solution providers, like our trade associations or government. Sometimes government already has a solution, but private sector doesn't have access to it. So we broker that agreement, and we bring that in. I'll give you an example of that is during Hurricane Florence, we found out that U.S. Department of Transportation had a hotline you could call and get directions from point A to point B. And they merged all kinds of sophisticated data sources, but they could give you within 95% accuracy, combining Waze and social media, combining state and local government transportation sites, federal transportation sites. That was not open to it was open to first responders and American Red Cross during Harvey. Well, through a partnership we established with DOT, now that's open to our supply chain folks and our utilities and so forth. So we have three areas we pull solutions from. Okay, we try to work with our sponsors if at all possible, so that we can further their investment and sustain that. But over time, we want to work with the people that support us. This is bottom line. That is our aligning your solutions with our interest. So now let's go here to year-round opportunities. So what are we talking about year-round? Well, we have face-to-face meetings, virtual meetings, exercises, planning sessions, all kinds of stuff. So first, within the consortium, we run weekly, quarterly, and annual events. Weekly, we run our working group calls. We do quarterly workshops, and we do annual summits. And our partners, you all, if you choose to become part of it, participate in all of those. Face-to-face, these are virtual. These provide opportunities for you to brief the working group, to look at the solution, to get exposed there. The quarterly workshops are face-to-face. Semi-annual events are face-to-face as well. In addition to that, we have our other partner meetings. We have government partners, and we have industry partners. And you can see that state and local government do their meetings and exercises, federal government do their meetings and exercises, and so does our industry partners. They do their exercises as well. And so our partners are aware of all those. They may not want to go to all those, but they certainly might want to go to that if they're after the food sector, if they're looking to get information from the food sector or expose their products or services to the food sector, then they may want to be with us when we go to the food sector exercises. So the last one is near and dear to me. I came from the business development part, so I've been around research, which has business development. I've been around Verizon, which has business development. I've been around a lot of different parts to that, as have many of our working group and board members. So let me talk for just a second about the problem with business development. There are several. One is there's a small number of engagements to get to for the right people. That's part of the problem. And as a result, they don't meet every week. Well, the consortium takes care of that. We do. We meet every week with our engaged stakeholders, right? The second problem is we're talking to the wrong people. I can't tell you how many times I've flown airfare, hotel, got brochures printed, left them on, handed them out. We ended up getting nothing out of that investment, and that investment cost us $5,000. One meeting, $5,000 for us to be there. And now people heard about us, and that builds brand awareness. But at the end of the day, that strategy is fails because we're engaging many, hoping to find the few. Well, hope is not a strategy. And so companies and universities and research groups throw money at this all the time, and there's got to be a better way. And so we have found it, right? And it's through technology, it's through very focused discussions on our work groups, so we know we align people and solutions that they're looking for. Then the last piece is private sector companies that have commercial marketing departments, sales departments, they have, government departments. And so they bifurcate those investments, and they have all kinds of internal conflicts sometimes over when they come across opportunities that are half and half. They're not sure how to approach it. Well, we try to simplify that. Is within the consortium, we bring issues to bear that can be funded by government and by commercial enterprises. Many of our initiatives are funded by both. With one investment in sponsorship, our sponsors can pool all that resource into one place. Not on everything, but on many things. So if we work a drone issue, there's going to be use cases for the private sector, there's going to be use cases for the public sector. And both of those people, decision makers, are on our calls or on our working groups. So it's a great way for you as sponsors to come to one place and be able to work your commercial and your government clients. So you can see the way we've tried to design this. We use our use case approach, which is very unique, and that drives everything. This piece drives all of it. Drives our alignment, drives our solution development, drives our meetings and partnerships going forward. And it truly is a unique benefit. We don't know of any other organization in the country that does it like this anywhere. And we know we work with a lot of them, and so does FEMA and DHS. So that's why DHS has contracted us to work on some of these public-private issues. Just because when we work those issues, we bring the states in. Multiple states come in and work with us on these issues. Very unique, but it's a great opportunity for you as a potential sponsor.